That's kept
If you ain't know by now, I'll be that, I'll be that. I'll be that, I'll be that. I'll be that cool one. Butter, go, yeah. Cool, be cold the polar. Rap by your tola flower. Mission reach over, no yell. I'm colder than Nova Scotia. Flow runny nose and no yell. Approach you with caution. Told ya, low key nigga pop up. Seen heat with these sources. Smooth at breaking rules. Niggas gotta love it, really gotta respect it, or end up missing that checklist. That wallet, phone, and necklace. My people sorta reckless. LNG nigga, Harlem shit, but I'm Brooklyn rapping. Back to the schedule program, so potent like it's 4 grams. Fuck it, it's a kilo, cause it knows me to a snowman.
Hey, what's going on, Cool World? I'm Butter Cool, and this is RJ Presents A Cool Conversation. Today, we highlight a legend, some would say the voice of Richmond radio. He's a brand manager for 106.5 The Beat, Big 98.5 Country in Richmond, and also Hot 105.7 in Milwaukee. That was a lot. I'm not gonna front, but he's a boss. And also, he was the winner of the 2019 Macaroni Award, and also was nominated for Station of the Year, the Show of the Year, Urban. Got what I mean? So he in here putting his work. This guy, you could catch him from 2 to 6 every day on 106.5 The Beat. We have the man, the one, the only, Mike Street. How you feeling?
I'm good, man.
God damn, I finally got through that. So y'all don't know, I went through that like about 6 times, but we gonna make it work though anyway, bro. How you feeling?
I'm good. I was getting ready to say, I was like, we finally got it. And then he called the Marconi Award the Macaroni Award.
Marconi, Macaroni, I
It's spelled the
apologize.
same. No, it's dude, I'm not an award person. Just the fact that you got through that part, I'm good, man.
Man, you got some accolades, man. You've been in this game for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I had to make sure I had to give you your flowers.
I
right?
appreciate
you know what
that,
I mean?
man.
And also, you just recently hosted probably one of the biggest shows in Richmond for 50 years of hip hop in
I
Richmond.
say most probably one of the more impactful ones.
Impactful ones, okay.
Yeah.
Especially that day, the mayor, he had made Richmond
Proclamation.
Hip Hop Day, the proclamation that day, and you was a part of that. But first, Mike Street, thank you for coming here, or this is your humble abode anyway.
Hey,
so
man.
Thank you for having us.
let me tell you, man, I appreciate your time, because I don't think people understand how you set up what it is that you guys do.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our director, man.
He
for
came
real.
up to the spot and was like, "Hey, man, good to meet you. Okay, hey, say we want to, get you on the podcast." I was like, "Okay," and it was back and forth for a week.
Yeah.
And like, in my head, I'm doing 3,000 things, and he was patient enough. Hey, man, just checking back in.
Yeah.
And I know he hung up the phone and was like, "Man, god dang, man."
Nah, we was just like, all right, he busy, man. Like, he busy.
No, but I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate your time, though. I don't ever play around with people's time.
We don't want to play with your time neither. We just want to get into some cool conversation. First, who is Mike Street?
Oh, gosh.
It's a lot, right?
Now, you know what, man? I don't know. Like, I just get to hang out with Mike Street. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention to it. I can tell you what I do. I just do music. I do people. My superpower is to put people in the position that they need to be in.
Okay.
To move from A to B. Sometimes it's subliminal. Sometimes people don't want you in their business, but every now and then
Yeah.
It's what I call the nudge.
Yeah, I see that on your Instagram.
Funny part, people don't know what that is. I try to nudge people in the right direction.
And that was I was going to ask you, what was that? What was the meaning behind that?
That's exactly what that is. Like if you told me, "Hey man, you know what? I want a network TV job.
Okay.
I want to put Cool Conversation on network TV." And I know you're an independent type of person. I won't put in a call and say, "Hey, I got this guy."
Yeah.
Nah, I might say, "Hey man, let's go grab a bite to eat." But the person from that place will be where we're going to eat.
Yeah.
so it's more organic in your mind.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, that's good strategy.
You know what I mean? That way, it's more natural, and you'll do what you do. There's no pressure.
Right.
You know, sometimes people say, "I don't know what to do." It's like you know what you want to do. You
just need that little nudge.
You just need that little nudge. And that's what I do.
Okay. What about your upbringing? Like, how did you get into radio? But first, did you even have the passion to be even in radio and whatnot?
You know what? It just happened. I loved radio.
Okay.
Like growing up, like back in the day, you sit there with your recorder and your cassette, waiting for songs to come on.
Yeah.
And you just wait and you hope that the person didn't talk too early or too late on the songs.
Man, Flex used to mess my mixtapes up, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
You know what's crazy though? Those mixtapes with him talking over the songs, they're classics now.
Yeah, yeah.
They're classics. But so that was what I would do. That was my daily regimen.
Okay.
Outside of school or whatever. And
so you was on some DJing before you even thought you was a DJ.
I used to make pause button mixtapes.
Okay.
So like take the songs I get off of the radio.
Yeah, some of y'all new kids, y'all don't really know too much about the press pause and stuff like that. We gonna try to school you on that.
And I'm not gonna try to explain it to you.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
You don't even understand cassettes. So, but imagine just taking your favorite songs and putting them back to back on beat. That's what I was trying to do with the cassette. Was it
like the DJing the beginning of who Mike Street was?
Yes, because I couldn't afford turntables. I didn't, and nobody I didn't know what DJing was before Jam Master Jay for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you heard the sound, but it was before videos was really hot.
Right.
So it's like, okay, cool. Then you saw how they did that. It's like that's what I want to do right there.
Oh wow.
That's what I want.
Is that one of your favorite earliest childhood memories when it comes to like the music game?
Yeah. Like the first time you hear your favorite artist, the first songs. Like the first time you heard Sugar Hill Gang, first time you heard Curtis Blow, first time you hear Run DMC. To the newer people, the first time they heard Wayne's solo album. The first time you heard Wayne's first mixtape. Because it was different than Wayne's album.
Yeah, damn sure was.
The first time you heard Drake's mixtape. The first time that feeling. You remember that. You might not remember some of the stuff in the middle, but you always remember the first one.
But what was that push though? Who gave you the nudge, like to actually get in there, like and really say, "Hey, I'm going to do this"? Or,
well, I mean,
some people get into a field and sometimes it really don't pan out, but. Right. It seemed like you stuck with it. So what was the person, or was there a person that gave you the nudge to stay into the business?
Well, I give you the event that started it was when I went to college. For Black History Month, they invited the Minority Student Union to take over the radio station.
Okay.
So they were like, "Do you want to come?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Can I bring my mixer and stuff?" Yeah, bring it on up there. And after that first show, I was like, "Can I do that again?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Oh,
and I haven't been off of the radio since.
So that was how you started? Look, is that what
that's how I started on radio? Yep.
What was the station that you remember?
It was University of Richmond radio station, WDCE.
Oh wow! What was your first interview that you remember?
First celebrity interview.
Interview. Period.
I can't remember the first interview because I'm sure I interviewed like some of the homies. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I would. Yeah,
like I
gotta put the homies on first.
Yeah, like I had the homies up there every weekend. The first celebrity interview that I had official was MC Light. I still have that picture.
That's funny. I know she had some swaggy. Like her gear was swaggy back in the day.
You know what? It wasn't on that day because
don't hurt my feelings.
No. I'm going to tell you why. Because it was cold. Oh. So the picture is her with a heavy jacket.
Yeah.
And a hat. I think she had on a hat in that picture. But yeah, it wasn't like summertime where she, got the rope on. And It wasn't that.
I'm thinking I'm in my head when I think MC Light, I'm thinking starter jacket, jumpsuit or something like that. Or
it might have been a designer thing, but the picture is old.
Okay.
This is like first album old.
Oh, okay. So she was probably like 16, 17.
I think she was like 19 or 20. I'm thinking this was like 1989, 1989, 1990, somewhere in there.
Now, during your journey, what were some of the emotions that you overcame and just got through? Because I know being a DJ is hard, or even doing something that you want to do or have a passion for is pretty hard. You know what I mean? So what was like the emotions that you overcame to say, you know what, nah, I got this? Because I know some artists out there is probably going through the same thing. Like, damn, I don't know if I could really do it.
I'm going to say this, it's going to undermine your question.
Okay.
Like, there was really no downside to it. I mean, until the business got into it. You know, at the school, it was just a hobby. We were just up there doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't paying us. It was just the show. You just, hey, you want to come do a show? Yes. Cool. Here's the code to get in the door. Turn the lights off when you leave.
That seemed too easy, bro.
Nah, that's what it was. And then when I started working at the commercial radio station,
okay,
the only difference between the two was the song selection, because the commercial station had a playlist, and you wanted to keep it as close to the playlist as possible. Okay, that was when I was doing the 5 o'clock mix, okay. And then I was like, yo, I want to play like I play at the college. It was like, well, cool. They gave me a Friday and a Saturday night mix show, so then that was different. I could do what I wanted to on that.
Okay. I think artists pretty don't understand that terminology when it comes to like getting their songs played on the radio and stuff like that. I think they feel like entitled a little bit. Like, yo, my song is hot. Yo, it should be getting played on the radio. But
you know what? They should feel that way.
Oh, okay. But I know there's steps to do that.
Absolutely. Like,
is it possible you could give some little tips to the artists out there?
I'm going to explain it in a way they can understand it.
Okay.
This is how I usually explain it to people. I'm the owner of a sneaker store. You walk in with a pair of Air Johns. You expect me to take my Jordans out of the window, my New Balance out of the window, and put your Air Johns in the window. And you expect me to make the same amount of money I was before you walked in. It doesn't make sense.
It don't.
Now, if you come in and you say, hey, I've been selling these like crazy, and here's the paperwork to prove it.
Oh, okay.
Then I might say, well, and I won't give you a window spot, but I'll give you the bottom right corner of the shelf over there.
Okay.
And if I can sell them from the bottom right corner of the shelf, then we'll put you in the middle.
Okay.
And then after the middle, we might put you in the window. And they sort of understand it after that. It's like, if you're running a business and you're selling something that people want and somebody brings in something that's unproven, what am I going to take out to put yours in? That makes sense.
So they just got to put in the work, basically.
Yeah.
Because, some artists, they feel like they could use, pay a DJ under the table or something like that to play.
You know what? I'm sure that's happened before.
Well, I've seen it happen.
And
shit, it was offered to me at one point when I was an artist. So
I tell people this. If you can afford to pay what I make in 10 years, then we might have a deal. But I can't lose my job for a song that isn't proven. You know what I mean? Like, that. I won't lie to you. There's certain songs that you just play because in your head it makes sense.
Okay. Is there one artist like in the Richmond area right now that
it's been several over the years, where it's like it made sense to, like the song had a buzz, and I saw it. Like, I went to the club and it was like, oh, they rock into this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or people ask for it organically. You can tell when people get their friends to call.
Yeah.
But when you see it organically, you see it happen, then it's a lot easier to say, you know what, let's give it a shot. Definitely.
50. So all right. So we're gonna spit it to the game and the music industry. 50 years of hip hop. Like, what were some of your favorite moments so far in this game? That
I was involved in, or just in general?
No, in general. Period. And I know it's many, but like, what were some of the ones that stood out to you?
That's a good question, man. Oh man, I tell you what. No, I'm trying to go in chronological
No, it's a lot.
order.
I'm saying because it's a lot. And plus we're gonna go by different eras also. Because I want to ask you, which era do you feel like is making the more, or was, or is the best in the music?
All right, I'll start with that.
Okay.
Okay, so it depends on how you look at it. If you're looking at money, now,
Definitely.
yeah, now. If you're looking at just the art of it, you can't compare the eras because your favorite era, when you listen to the music, you associate it with what was going on in your life.
That is true.
So, you know, like that feeling you had as a teenager is different than listening to the music now. And then you have to remember, the people who are making the music now, they're making music for their peers. They're not making music for you.
Yeah.
Depending on your age.
Yeah.
Like a 19-year-old is not making music for me. Nah. I'm not supposed to vibe. Every now and then there's a song that you vibe to because it transcends the eras. You know, like I'm thinking like maybe a Kendrick because it's different.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say that's a now record. You can't say that. Everybody can sort of feel what he's saying.
Right.
But on average, a 19-year-old now, he's not making a record for me. He's not making a record for a 30-year-old.
Yeah, that is true.
So I understand it when like older people say, yeah, the music now is trash. It's like, no, it's not trash. It's just not for you.
It's not your taste, yeah.
He wasn't making a record for you and he could care less what you think about it. You know, yeah, I don't know you, ma'am, sir.
Sir.
I'm sorry. You teach at my school. I'm not making music for you. And it goes the same way the other way.
Okay.
Like a 19-year-old now, he might think that some of the stuff that came out in the 80s was basic. He might think it's rudimentary.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wait a minute, what's the sample on this? What are you talking about? Why is your cadence like that? Right, you know, they might not get that.
Yeah.
Because it's them taking a step back. You know, some of the stuff they might vibe to is like, ooh, that's cool. But for the most part, it wasn't done for them.
What was some of the artists to you that's standing out from, like, we're gonna say the 80s first. What was some of the artists that stood out in the 80s?
See,
I know we're gonna go to, like, I know you mentioned them earlier.
No, what I was gonna say, the artists from the 80s, I can name most of them because that was my introduction. So all of them.
Okay.
Like, it was like whenever anything new came out, because you got to remember, this was when it first started getting big. So everything that came out.
What about
and it was limited compared to now.
Yeah. What about the 90s?
90s, oh, that's easy. I can go in chronological order on that one. That was
give me 5.
All right, I'm gonna cheat. Native Tongues.
Okay.
Oh,
come on, bro.
No, I mean,
it's like 30 of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, how about this? Everybody who was on the Buddy remix.
All right.
Of course, Biggie and Pac.
Okay.
Starting in it. Well, I already said Native Tongue, so that covers Buster.
Yeah.
What is that, 4?
Yeah, if you really want to count, yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, okay. And I guess you could start saying at the end of the 90s, that's when the down south stuff started.
Okay.
Heavy, so.
Yeah, because Master P started to come out.
Yeah, so, you know,
the Hot Boys,
those were the movements to me.
Okay. Now what about 2000s?
The 2000s. Well, if I include Outkast in the 90s, I'll say Master P and Cash Money in the 2000s.
Yeah, they killed
Drake counts as the 2000s.
Yeah. Nah, Drake did bust out on the scene. Crazy.
I know I'm going to forget somebody, but
I mean, we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
But we don't want to hurt anybody. Let's see.
Sorry for y'all out there. We don't want to hurt y'all feelings.
Of course, Luda.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say Luda.
Of course, Luda. And
no tip.
Yeah, you know what?
Come on.
I like T.I., man.
Indubitably.
I like T.I. Like, see, when you ask me those questions, I'm going through everybody, like all of the people who've come through the station, and it's like they're all flashing by, and it's like, it's hard to pick 5.
All right. Now, we're gonna base it in Richmond. Now, what are some of the notable artists that maybe you come across that's like, damn, this dude is dope right here? Or even some legends that some
From the
people may not know. Yeah.
Man.
Because I just actually like moved to Richmond. So it's like I'm getting to know everybody that was dope. Like Nicholas F. I heard Kane.
They were all at the show the other
Yeah,
day.
you know what I mean? Noah O, Big N.O., you know what I mean? So it's like I'm meeting all these dope ass artists and I'm like, yo, word. And they put me on telling me like they been popping.
Yeah, like,
so it's like
all those guys that you're talking about, at least 10 years. And then it's like, see, it's like everything else. When you're an artist, in your head, you're bigger than everybody else.
Yeah.
You don't care what anybody else says. And if anybody says anything to the contrary, you've put it in your head so much that they're hating. No, I mean, and that's not a bad.
No, it's not, but it's like.
That's not a bad, way to head into battle. It's like, but getting back to your question, if I had to do a hierarchy of artists, and
this is just your opinion. We don't care. This is just your opinion. We don't want no backlash from this.
No, I'm basing this on body of work, appeal to the masses, and just level of success outside of Richmond, as well as in Richmond. So I'll go with Super Friends.
Okay, I heard of them.
Yeah, that's Skills, Danger, Lonnie. At least 15.
The legends.
It's at least 15. It's at least 15 of them.
The ghostwriter of ghostwriters.
There you go. And of course that includes the affiliates, with Disorganized Union and them. More currently, Nicholas F. I actually wasn't familiar with a lot of his work. I just know that he did his thing on 106 and Park.
Yeah.
And he used to do the joints with Drake.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Noah O, because he extended his platform outside of Richmond and still had Richmond respect.
Yeah, Richmond pride right there.
Radio B, because he creates platforms for the newer artists to be a part of.
Definitely. I'm definitely trying to get on one of his stages. I ain't gonna front.
There's a couple of them, like a couple of them that have received national appeal, like Stay Solid Rocky. I think he might have been one of the first local artists with over 1 million streams.
Oh wow.
F&F Chop.
Yeah, I heard of him. A lot of artists that we interviewed, they mentioned him a lot.
Right, like Red Rum, J. Roddy Rod.
I've met him in the studio. He's an interesting character.
Yeah, so I'm cheating. I'm trying to remember all of the names that the mayor put on the proclamation.
Yeah.
So
now we're gonna get into that also. So you was a part of something that was like amazing. You know what I mean? How did it feel to be a part of that, hosting that event, and having the mayor stamp that day for us?
It was, if in case you didn't know, it was the 50th anniversary. They called it the RVA Rappers Delight. And it was put together by the Shaco Records people. I wanted to do something on that day. I wanted to do like a free event, invite some of the founding fathers of 804 hip hop.
Okay.
And somebody was like, well, they're doing an event, with some performances. Oh. So we married the two events together.
That's fire. It's dope.
And I didn't know that the mayor was going to do that.
Oh, word.
I invited him to come out because, I was like, I felt it was right that he met these guys.
I gotta meet him, man. I gotta hear a lot of great things about him. Like,
Hey man, you know what, man? He tries. He definitely tries. The mayor definitely tries. And I just wanted him to be there.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, I'm in the middle of the thing and somebody's like, hey, the mayor wants to come up. And I said, okay.
Word.
You know, I thought he was just going to address the crowd and,
Tell
you
him
know,
no.
hey man, you know, I thought he was just going to hit him with the, and it's a great event, salute. But, you know, he had the proclamation in his hand. I'm like, whoa, what's this? You know, I'm trying to peek while he's walking over. But no, it was definitely dope. It was deserved.
Yeah.
It meant a lot to everybody that was in attendance, that was part of Richmond hip hop, from, you know, the fellas that were in there, from the founding fathers that were in there from the early 80s who attended, all the way up until some of the newer artists, because they know that they are hip hop in 804.
That is dope, man. Now, when it comes to like interviewing and hosting, what do you prefer more?
In between interviews and hosting?
Mm-hmm. Like doing as you hosting the show, like
you know what? Hosting the show is cool, but it's
I don't know. I like hosting shows more.
See, you know what?
I mean, I like sitting down. Don't get me wrong. I love sitting down talking to dope people. But like putting on a show is like having the whole crowd right there. Just to, I don't know. That I guess that's just like being an MC at the same time.
You know what that is? That's something that's it ends up being the same. After you do it a while, it's the same. Interviews, you can always have something different happen.
Okay.
Especially if it's with people you don't know.
Yeah, and when it comes to interviews, you interview a plethora of talent. Talking about from like Busta to Bill Bellamy, like the DJ Cool.
Oh, you did research? Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. I was like, oh, he went through the social media. Look at man, it's like, yeah, we did.
I'm just saying, like you interviewed a lot of talent, a lot of legends.
I've interviewed everybody. Now, like if you go through a who's list of cultural iconic types of people, I could probably check off at least 75% of the list.
Oh, you interview one of my favorite artists of all time.
Go ahead, name a couple.
I mean, it's Busta. Busta's my like.
Oh, dude,
he's like my number 2 in my world. Like in my rap world, he's number 2.
Busta, I did the last big interview I did with Busta was during the pandemic, and I think we talked for like an hour.
Shit,
it's on YouTube.
I know. I looked at it. I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching it.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, dude. That's my guy.
Has there ever been an interview where you was like, I don't know if this is gonna go left, and it ended up like amazing?
I actually have an interview that went left, but it ended up being dope because it went left.
Who was the?
It was 2 Chainz.
Word?
This is how the interview started. Like he was already
2 Chainz.
He was already in the mood. I still have the audio. He was in one of those moods, you know, like you're on tour, you know, doing the promo run.
Yeah, he tired as mother.
So I was like, hey, you know, I hit him with the intro, and he was like, I already know. And this is him. I'm doing 2 Chainz. He's like, I already know what you're gonna ask. Hey, Chainz, who you got on your album? Well, Mike Street on my album, and he did the entire interview by himself. He did the entire interview by himself.
So you was just sitting there like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Right, like he was doing my part and his part. But the crazy part is what he didn't realize is I don't ask the basic questions.
Okay.
Like I wasn't gonna ask him any of that stuff. Oh. But just the fact that he did it, like part of me was like, yo, this is real disrespectful. But then it was like, wait a minute, it's actually funny though. Like he was being disrespectful, but it's like, it's cool though because it came off. I played it back just like that. That was the most. Well, no, that was second one. The most left-going interview. It was an interview I did with Puff.
Oh shit!
It went left before the interview because he was supposed to be at the station at 5:30.
Oh, he was late.
And I get the call at 5:15. Hey, we're just leaving Howard.
Like the college
in DC. Because he was like, on the tour coming down.
Take that.
And I had winners here. You know, we order food. They were supposed to meet him.
Yeah.
He gets here at 7 something, and he wants to do an interview, and I'm like, nah. And I'm trying to go in, and
this
he's
is early Puff.
This is like what album was
which
it?
Puff we talking
It
about?
was the I think it was the album with the Keisha Cole song. You know, with the last night.
Press Play, I think.
Yeah, I think this was probably what, like 2007,
Something around.
something like that. So, you know, I'm trying to be mad, and he don't care. So, so you know, I'm getting madder, and he's just chilling. Like, you know, he's like,
That's some rich nigga shit right there.
yeah. And I'm like, and then eventually I was like, yeah, why am I mad? It's like, I forget why I'm. All those people downstairs waiting. Yeah, I already talked to him. I took pictures, and
Oh shit.
and I'm like, yeah, but you're supposed to be here 2 hours ago. It's like, you know, I gotta keep people happy. And we gonna do the interview? Yeah, we gonna do the interview.
Yeah, Puff.
Yeah, we doing the interview.
Studio B, Puff. Now shut the fuck up and come inside.
Nah, but he de-escalated it quickly. Not to mention, you know, it's not like Puff soft or he's a pushover.
Nah, I've heard
He was just non-threatened by my tone.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was trying to. He was just like, yeah, whatever. Nigga.
I heard he's super nonchalant.
Yeah, because it's like, what?
Yeah, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Has there ever been an interview where you wanted to interview somebody and you couldn't make it happen? Or is there interviews that you still want to make happen? I know there's some people that you still want to talk to.
You know what? The project we were working on for the 50th year of hip hop.
Okay.
There was some people that I wanted to interview again that I'd interviewed back in the 90s. But I couldn't get through to them. Like, I was trying to get an interview with Teddy Riley. Couldn't. His people, I guess, felt that he was too busy, which he probably was, because like everybody's busy this year. Everybody who had one of those influential records, like I reached out to Drez. Like we were doing a top 50 countdown. I wanted to interview everybody who had a song in the top 50 countdown. I want to re-interview Run DMC.
Are those something like your dream interviews that you ever wanted to do?
Well, I've interviewed them before, but it's like, in my mind, my interviews are different now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like back then, it was just like, hey, you got the dope record out, man. How'd you come up with that record? you know the basic.
Yeah.
The basic. I'm new to interviewing questions. It's like, yo, who did the beat on that? Okay. Yo, so what's your favorite record that you've done? Those were the questions then. Now it's totally different. I don't care about the music. I ask people about everything, but you know, I give them a chance to talk about what they're selling because it's the business. But outside of that, my interviews are different.
Okay. Is there anybody that passed away that maybe you would have liked to have sitting down with?
I'm trying to think. Who did I not interview that passed away?
Like Michael Jackson or somebody?
Oh yeah, well, I never interviewed Michael Jackson. Of course.
I ain't I would love to see what his.
I think that would have been everybody's dream interview.
Where to interview Mike?
Met him, never interviewed him.
Where you met Mike?
Yeah, we had a chance to meet. Like, you got to remember, like,
damn, you've been in the game for real.
Yeah,
real,
like
bro.
old,
like,
bro. Yeah, like old. Like all of those folks I've had opportunity to, if not interview, then at least meet. The only thing that stinks is back then we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
So it's rare pictures. It's no video. It's just audio. And you know, occasionally if it was a big event, somebody might have had a camera.
Okay.
But you know, like we didn't have cameras.
Damn.
We had the little box joints so the you know what I'm talking? You seen the box cameras before? Yeah.
Damn, man. But I know, like, damn, I'm just imagining like the experiences you seen, you came across. Just, god damn.
Yeah, no, like I tell you, the dopest event that I had a chance to go to, and if you watch the Buster interview, we talked about it. It was this thing called the Electra Hard to the Left Party.
Okay.
It was a club, Kilimanjaro, in New York. It was the first time their roster was crazy. Leaders performed. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Brand Nubian, KMD. And for folks who don't know who KMD is, one of the members of KMD, Zev Love X, is MF Doom. Was MF Doom.
Wow. Oh yeah, that lineup was crazy.
And it was hosted by Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
Hip hop royalty right there.
Yeah, that was one of those things.
How was Mike Street? He had the little flat top with the part in the middle.
Yo, you know what, dude? I think I was just like I do now. I just had a hat on.
Oh, okay. Was this always your style with the?
Now, see, the reason I wear a hat a lot is because my hair grows fast.
Okay.
And like
me too. That's why.
Yeah, like it's like you know, like I got a good week, maybe a week and a half where I can go without my hat, and then after that, I got a hat on for 2 months, man. Or if I have an event, I'll go get a haircut. Okay. But nah, like the hats, that's my thing now. Just because, you know, my barber, I got to set up an appointment since COVID. You got to go.
Man, they doing too much, man.
I ain't mad at them. I'm not mad at them because that beats having to just go and sit there and wait. But
now they put extra tax on it, man. My barber added me like $20 extra every time I get.
Oh yeah, you should be mad at that.
Like,
if he upped to $20, you need to be mad at that.
Inflation like a motherfucker, bro. Chill out. All right, now when it comes to hosting, what do you feel like would be like Mike Street, the Grammys, Mike Street, the Oscars? What would you see yourself hosting, like something major in the game?
Major? See, that's just.
Do you see yourself even doing that?
No, I don't. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
Like for real, I'm more the background guy, one-on-one guy. I like events. I could do events blindfolded in my sleep on cruise control because they're all the same.
What would be a perfect event for Mike Street?
Something that wasn't structured, something that wasn't stuffy. You know, like something where people don't have to dress up. Okay. Something where people know that I'm not a comedian. Okay. So that if I slip a joke in and they laugh, I'm like, yo, he was funny. You know what I mean? Right. Now, like I'm pretty versatile because, like I said, like from doing interviews and different events, like, you know, from radio you do comedy shows, you do concerts, you do fundraising events.
Yeah, that's what we all want to get into. Also.
You do community stuff like crazy. So you had a chance to do every type of event. You multiply that over the course of a couple of decades, you pretty much seen it all. Yeah. Now, at this point in time of the show, we're gonna get into a couple of like random questions. Okay, what you got?
So pineapple mimosa, like
pineapple mimosa. You trying to figure that out?
Yeah, like I never had it, so pineapple mimosa.
That's all I drink. Like if I do drink, like, I'm not an alcohol drinker. Okay. So, like if you ask anybody from anywhere, so does he drink? They'll be like, no, he drinks champagne. Okay. Okay. And they know that I like my champagne with pineapple juice, not orange juice, pineapple juice. Okay.
I was like,
so that's how I came up with the brand Pineapple Mimosa.
All right. Is there any other brands that we should know about?
Nah, that's pretty much it for now.
Besides the Mike Street Show?
That's it for now, man. Pineapple Mimosa is more the non-radio side. Okay. Yeah.
Now, I asked every creative if they was an artist or if they was working on a song, what would be your dream song? If you could pick one producer to make your record, one feature, and one person on the hook, who would you have?
One producer.
Mm-hmm. This is your dream song.
Wow. I can only get one producer.
One producer. Don't try to cheat because you be.
No, I mean, no,
because like a whole group.
No, like say for instance,
like no, yeah, Cool and Dre.
No, like I'm gonna tell you why. I would say Quincy Jones, but I would want Primo doing my drums. You know what I mean?
Okay. I can understand that. I can understand.
Yeah, like
you do need some boom bap in
like
there.
I love Quincy's production.
All right, we're gonna say that. I think I'm gonna have to change the question because people always gonna add other producers. Like,
Right.
yeah, I want Pharrell, but I want Timberland.
All right, well, how about
Snaps.
this? How about to make it fair? If I had to get a producer, I get Quincy to be the producer, but I get to choose other people to play the instruments because
Absolutely, yeah.
So I would have Quincy, but my drum programmer would be Primo.
All right, you
Okay.
just hacked the code just now. You just broke the code. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna pray. He's mad smart with that shit. All right, who you gonna have on the hook?
Oh gosh. So I'm assuming this is a rap song with somebody
A
singing.
singer. It could be a bridge. Who's you gonna have on the bridge? Who you gonna have?
That's a good one, man.
Who would Mike Street want to hear on the hook right now? You got Quincy Jones with some Premier drums. Who
On the hook. Ooh, that's tough. That's really tough.
It's
It
gonna
would
get-
have to be somebody that could sing.
All right, so
And be
it's a song. So it's a song.
And be versatile on the hook.
Okay.
Well, it could be a rapper just repeating it.
It's your dream song, sir.
Are you asking me? I'm not an artist.
But you've been in the game for so long. I know you come across so much talent.
All right, so coming from it being a, I want it to be a great sounding song, and I want it to be a commercial success.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I'll put Take.
Why are you trying to? Why
I'll put
are
Take
you
Six.
throwing so many hacks right now?
I'll put Take 6 on the hook.
Take 6. Wait, what? That? Oh, hold on. Take 6. I'm trying to remember that name. Take
It's
6.
a group.
It's a group.
And they can sing, a versatile singing group. That way, whatever direction I take, I know that they could accommodate.
That's gonna show my age. I don't even know. Who
You
Take
remember the
6 is.
song "Spread Love"? Da, da, da.
Oh, okay. Oh,
There you go.
Ooh.
And they're versatile, so
With
I'd be
Quincy
good.
Jones' vision and some. Okay. All right. Now, who you having on the verse? That's a different song right there.
You know what?
Take 6.
So that's just on the hook, though. That's just
Yeah,
them
I'm
singing
thinking.
background and hook.
I'm trying to
Quincy
visualize the
Productions,
song. I'm trying to visualize it right
Primo
now.
on the drums. If I could get a verse from anybody,
Anybody, it's their dream song.
I'd love a fresh Biggie verse. I would love to hear fresh, nobody heard these bars, Biggie verse.
Damn, you might have to get an AI for that one.
Hey, man. But somebody would have to write it the same way that he writes.
Yeah, but ain't nobody going because he
Yeah.
don't write. So
Well, you know what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah. Somebody would have to type it into the
that'd
to
be
the
fire
program.
though. Take 6, produced by. Wait, so you got Biggie
Biggie,
featuring Take
Take 6 on the hook
produced by Quincy Jones.
with Primo on the drums.
Damn, that shit sound fire. I'm thinking about it right now. That shit sound fire. Bigger come on, mad smooth and shit. With the illest suit, and they come singing this shit.
Or it could be one of the hardest records ever. It could be versatile with that crew of people.
All right. At this section right here, it's called bump it or dump it. So that means I'm bumping this or I'm dumping this. It's either or. You can't find no way to hack and
Okay,
say,
let's
you know about this? No, like, no. You got to pick one or the other.
Okay.
All right. So we bumping it or dumping it. You ready?
Let's go.
Rapper's Delight or the breaks? Which one we bumping? Which one we dumping?
I'd bump the breaks.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is because Rapper's Delight was actually written by Grandmaster Caz.
Okay.
Curtis wrote his.
Cool DJ Red Alert or Mr. Magic Marley Marl? Who we bumping that night?
See, you put two against one.
Cool DJ Red Alert.
And you said Mr. Magic and Marley Marl.
No, I said Mr. Magic Marley Marl.
No, those are two people.
All right, so Mr. Magic.
Red Alert because he was actually DJ.
Okay. Public Enemy or NWA?
That's tough. Now I'm gonna tell you why that's a tricky question.
I know.
Because the Bomb Squad produced for Cube, who was my favorite out of NWA.
Okay.
Okay, so let's.
Mike, you trying to find a hack?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just pointing these. This is how my brain works. It's like when I think of NWA, I like the first album.
Excuse me.
I like some of the tracks without Cube. But I like the first two Cube albums. The first two Cube albums were perfect, and they were produced by some of the production was done by the Bomb Squad, which is which is Public Enemy. So you know what?
But
I'll go with Public Enemy.
All right,
because it's more consistent.
All right, who we rocking that night? The Roots album, any Roots album, or any De La Soul album?
De La Soul album.
All right, cool. I was thought we was gonna have to go back and forth on this one.
Okay.
All right, who we bumping that night? Teddy Riley or Pharrell? Oh, so let me rephrase that question. Production from Teddy Riley or production from Pharrell? Who we bumping that night?
That's tough. That's the same crew.
I know, but who we bumping? Because both of them ended
you know
up
what?
with
I always go with the. If you have two things that seem the same, you go with the original. Let's go with Teddy.
Okay. All right. This is a little off.
Teddy did the show, so.
All right. This is a little off. Which show would you attend? DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, or a Kid and Play show?
Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince.
Why?
Because Jazzy Jeff would DJ between the songs and after the show.
Oh, all right, cool. Get your money's worth. I forget.
And not only that, there's more options.
Okay.
They have more songs. They put out more records.
Oh yeah. You're right. Which album we bumping? Ready to Die or The Blueprint?
Ready to Die.
Damn. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, Ready to Die. Like I said, it's the OG version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we want to listen to any show from 2 to 6, who are we bumping?
I don't do that. I don't do the self promotion too much. But if it's not on 106.5, your answer is wrong. It is wrong, and that's on the Odyssey app too. Just in case you're not in the area, Odyssey app. It's free.
Mr. Mike Street, thank you for having a cool conversation. It's been a pleasure.
Butter cool with the tough questions. Okay.
I'm just chilling, trying to keep it cool.
Hey man, you know what, man? I'm not mad at you guys, man. I'm not mad at you guys. It's a great formula you have. Yeah.
Thank you. And in closing, you have anything to say to your fans? What can we expect from Mr. Mike Street?
Hey, you know what, man? I'm just keep nudging people, man.
Okay.
You got to shout out your man too, like.
Oh,
man with the rotisserie.
Vel always, Mr. Vel, Mr. RGA showcase himself. He always gets his flowers. You know what I mean? This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him. So, got to make sure we show love to V. You know what I mean?
And other people too, man. Stop it.
Word, my bro.
I mean, I didn't want to shout him out because he might not supposed to be here.
So my man got warrants, dog. We ain't supposed to be out here, dog. Got to put the emojis on these faces, dog. Now I'm playing. All right, yo. This is RGA Presents a Cool Conversation. Mr. Mike Street. It's been a pleasure again.
Brother, I appreciate you, man.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.